Welcome inside Rink B, everyone, as the High Button Sports live stream coverage of IceJam 2023 continues. Our third game of the day here on Rink B between the Dieppe Flyers, who are 2-0, against the Central Attack from PEI, who are 1-0-1. They had an overtime loss yesterday. 5-4 thriller. Looking to get back in the win column today. Dieppe Flyers are comfortably in position to be playing tomorrow in the round of 16. The Central Attack have 3 points, and, well, a couple extra points here would make it very comfortable heading into tomorrow. Would maybe put their minds at ease a little bit as they can prepare, but so right now, 2 points are up for grabs as the Flyers look to stay perfect. My name is Troy Langstaff. On the camera is Theo Iatru. As the Flyers play that through the middle. Here's Robinson wearing number 28. Looking to skate after that, knocked away by Lucas Fan. Fan reaches that. Here's Will Dunn now. The Flyers force a turnover. A weak angle shot there on number 35, Christian Cardona, getting the start today. On the other side for the Flyers, it's number 35, Jesse Cormier. Fan heads back to get it. Has to be careful as Aiden Godet is on him. Now here's Beckett Quinn. Gets to the Dieppe blue line and dumps it in. Cormier out of his net to stop up the puck. Now here's Isaac Berube. He'll spin away and look for some options from his own end. And he'll skate it right down the middle. Still with it now. Gets across center and flicks it in on net. So just to the left of Cardona. 2 minutes have come and gone. Puck is loose for a moment in the crease, and the Flyers thought it was still there. Maybe a quick whistle from the official. Or maybe a little bit of luck there for the Attack. Maxwell and Bistrick glide into the face-off dot. Bistrick wins it. It's scooped up by Cudmore. Cudmore in the corner now. Puck spitting loose. Backhand feed by Summers to the point. Summers is a guy that the Attack will have to watch out for today. He has 5 goals. 5 of Dieppe's 9 goals in their first 2 games as we'll see an icing called against the Attack. 12:39 left to go in period number 1. Last game we saw not necessarily a mercy, but a 6-goal difference in period number 3, so we saw some run time. Expect this game to not have that happen, as some 2 good teams here battling for some crucial points here down the stretch, looking to move up the seedings, up the rankings, and have a better game or a better matchup tomorrow in the round of 16 as Leard gets it back at the plate. The Bullpick got a stick on it, and the Attacker out the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Here's Moore down the left side. He'll carry it all the way around the net, throw it out in front, and a toe save by Cormier. He had to be sharp there as Crowley throws it back in. Leard stops up behind his own net. Made a pass up for Betts, but looks like the net might have come off. That's what the whistle was for. We've seen that happen just a couple times on that side of the rink. Typically, it's all the way down to our left. That net's had the majority of the issues. Is just give it a light push, and it comes off its moorings. So face off to the left of Jesse Cormier. Won by the Flyers. Thrown around the net by Vigneault. Net on the far side by McInnes. That shot stopped. A weak angle shot attempt. Cormier there with the save. So Dieppe Flyers with a 6-4 victory over the Storm on Wednesday, and then a 3-2 win against the Tri-Pen Ice yesterday. Cormier electing to keep the play alive. Vigneault now with a high pass over the head of Bishop. Icing waved off. Here's Fan now. Played into the middle. McInnes with it on the right side. Gets around Savoie. Vigneault will drop it. And to the side of the net there, thrown out in front. Dangerous attempt there by Ethan Arsenault wearing number 15, but no one in the vicinity for the Attack, so that will be covered up by Cormier. Cassie wins the face-off. Battle for it on the far side, gets sent down low. Thrown in front, went off a stick up high, and now knocked down by Robinson. Godet trying to come in. Preston pinching it off the line, has to be careful there as Cassie spins and tries to fire that in the far corner. Cudmore intercepted it and goes off the glass into the neutral zone. Godet gives it a little poke, takes a shove from Quinn. Now here's Mossy. Back for Megan Mossy. McDonald with it now. Cudmore got across center ice and dumps it down. Actually didn't make it to center, so will be an icing against the attack. 4 minutes and 16 seconds gone here in Rank B, third game of the day. Both these teams battling for some important 2 points. The attack looking to pick up their second win of the tournament. The Dieppe Flyers looking to make it a perfect 3-0-0. The goals have already gone to 3-0-0. They're the only team to do that so far, and the Flyers looking to join them is down and out was Cardona. A weak angle shot by Summers. Getting a piece of it there was Cardona. That puck goes off the stick of Arsenault, so faceoff will be back inside the central attack zone. Faceoff coming to the right of Cardona. Puck was thrown right in the middle of the slot. Nice move by Silvaggio to pass it up for Arsenault, and a one-on-one now. Trying to get around his man. Sticked away by Cormier. And the Michigan attempt there by Bistrick. Couldn't quite get it to go as the puck fell off of his stick, and now here come the Flyers the other way. Here's Summers across the line. Tries to take a shot, goes off his stick and up into the netting. So first attempt that I've seen of the Michigan so far this weekend, or this week. If the opportunity's there, it's there. These players are certainly skilled enough to capitalize on it. Seo and Moore in at the face-off dot. Puck is still there. Finally it spits out as Dunn chases after it, and they'll join the rest. Gets the center and dumps it in as it bounces off the end boards and hit the back of the net behind Cormier. Here's Bork. Simone Bork looked to pass that up for Anthony, who had a goal in yesterday's game. Here's Bork, back to the point for Savoy. He's got some room, fires a shot, no traffic in front, straight into the crest of the attack goalie, Christian Cardona. LeBlanc off the faceoff gets shoved down and loses his stick. Puck comes back to the point for Berube, had it in his skates and was poked away and chipped out by McInnes. Here's Godet now. Arsenault in on the forecheck for the for the attack. Bistrick on the forecheck for his team, and the Flyers finally able to get it out of their own zone. Mossy now up for McInnes. McInnes will cut into the middle, get across the line, and fire a shot from distance that is deflected up into the netting, and it will stay there in between the netting and the glass. 8:38 to go, period number one, still in search of our first goal of the game. Face off to the right of Cormier, won by the Flyers. Throwing the puck hits the side of the net. Now here's Quinn. Tried to feed that in front, but no one was there for the attack as the Flyers chip it off the glass and out. Icing is waved off as Crowley's able to get there first as he takes the spill into the end boards. Flyers looking at the official immediately, thinking they might have had a penalty. That was Drew Betts. a little bit concerned, but play will continue. And now a turnover here forced by the Flyers. They'll have a chance as a pass down for Betts. He'll pass that back out in front. Summers maybe could have held on to that one. Not sure if he knew how much time and space he had. Nevertheless, we keep going. Betts below the goal line, tried to feed a pass up the wall, but went off the stick of one of the attack players as that goes up into the netting. Jacob Burke, Will Mossy, Nate Silvaggio, Mark Tavarescore all have one goal so far this tournament for the Central Attack, and then a trio from Ramsey McInnes. On the other side is Jackson Summers leading the way with 5 of his own, and maybe a breakaway, bit of a break, a little bit too far, thrown out in front, chance here for the Attack. It's fed out in front by McInnes. Bistrick was there, but unable to bang it home. As the net comes off again, we'll have played blown dead for that. Brody McClement, Max Anthony, Drew Betts, and Sam Robinson all with 1 goal apiece for the Dieppe Flyers, who have a +3 goal differential, sitting at 2-0-0. And the Central Attack are even. 7 goals for and 7 against. 3-2 win and a 5-4 overtime loss yesterday. Mossy on the pinch, has to get back now as it looked like the Flyers might have been pressing, but lots of time now, and here comes Robinson. Excuse me, that's Bork firing a shot, trying to get it past the legs of Megan Mossy. Savoie now, trying to backhand that through the middle as Burke plays it in offside as Bullpit was just a step inside the zone. 6:46 to go, period number 1. LeBlanc gets tossed from the draw. Robinson in to take it, and he wins it. Arsenault tries to go off the boards and send it deep. Preston will go across. Now pass in the middle for Robinson. Mossy swinging at it. Able to clear the zone. Flyers get a deep. Quinn onto the ice now. Avoiding a check there, making a nice pass was Cudmore up to the half wall on the near side. McInnes got the pass to him. Preston being hounded by McInnes. Preston with the backhand feed right through the crease. Cassie was there, but it spun around to get back to the point. Now here's a pass for Robinson as he spins and fires that deep. Heading off on a change now. Here's Bistrick having to be careful there as Preston was creeping in a little bit. Cormier out of his net to stop the puck behind his own net as Quinn circles the goal. Here's Betts now through the neutral zone. Has Maxwell with him. Just fires it on net as Maxwell heads to the net for a rebound. Stops right in front of Cardona and throws his hands up as if to say, I'm done. I'm out of here. Some good back and forth play here by these two teams. Now back at the point, that puck thrown on net by McClement. Glove down by Cardona. If the Central Attack going to lose this one, just thinking about different possibilities. They'll have 3 points. It will be doable with a 1-1-1 record, as there hasn't been a whole lot of games that have gone to overtime. I think there's been 1 tie in the U15 division and 1 or 2 other games that have finished in OT. So not a whole lot of extra points being thrown about. Mossy throws that out of his zone just barely as the Flyers can't keep it in. There he is again, and he chips it up to the far line. Moore has a man with him. Moore takes a shot, goes off the stick of Cormier. Heading to the net was McDonald. Now he's tired and he'll head off on a change as getting thrown down was Ethan Arsenault. Thought for a second there might be a penalty coming, but we play on. Lucas Fan now will smack that in. Dieppe on a change. McClement now goes to the far side. Turnover forced by the attack. Heading down low now is York Bistrick. Gets sent behind the net. Here's Brody McClement. He'll ring that around the boards. And the arm is up for icing. And it will have the legs to get there. I thought the puck was going a lot faster than that. It was right up against the board, so tough to see where it was at that time. But it will be an icing against the Flyers. 4:20 to go in period number 1. Final game of the round robin for both these two teams. Malik Vigneault cutting his way through the defensive zone, able to get it out of his own end. He'll pick it up just at his own blue line, but knocked away by Bistrick. Bistrick pushed into the boards by Vigneault. Now up on the near side is Bishop, as Mossy has to stop up in time as Bishop gets around Mossy. Bishop to the far side is bobbling puck in the crease, and a second chance opportunity. It will cross the line. Liam Bishop might have got the last touch on it as it just trickled underneath the legs of Christian Cardona, and the Flyers lead 1-0. So Liam Bishop gets his first goal of the tournament. And a trickling puck underneath the leg of Cardona late in period number 1. The Flyers have the lead. That puck gets sent to the far side for Bork. It's whacked at by Liam Moore, who couldn't connect with it. Now in the center ice circle as Burke takes a check as he falls to the ice looking for a call. He won't get one. Bork now with Mossy stops up at the blue line, tries to make a pass, but it goes off the skate of Bork. Bork's going to win the race to the corner against Cudmore. Bork will spin away, and that pass will come all the way outside the zone. Split the D. The attack able to get a change on the fly on the back end. Robinson will receive the pass on the near side and takes a big check from Quinn. LeBlanc poking after it. Now into the far corner goes Robinson, laying the body on Crowley. Now into the slot as Robinson fires the shot just wide right as Cardona had the glove out. Now that comes into the slot, got underneath the defender. Robinson with another chance. Now back in the slot again in a third shot. That also goes wide, this time by Hayden Gaudette. And now he'll shoot this one. That was blocked up high by one of the attack defenders. And now played into the neutral zone by McClement. The attack making a handful of changes now. The Flyers will also change as they send that puck in deep. 2:04 to go in period number 1. The Flyers with the 1-0 lead, and that stretch pass was ever so close to connecting, but it was intercepted by Caden Maxwell. Shot attempt in the slot goes wide as well. Summers now in on the forecheck. Leard able to keep it in for a moment as Fan and Dunn both head below the goal line to pick up the puck. Fan now has it. Short backhand pass. Bistrick now with it. Into the neutral zone for McInnes. McInnes across the line. Goes to the backhand, feeds it out in front. It's there for a second backhand whack. And unable to get it home is Arsenault as the Flyers come out the other way. Here's Drew Betts across the line. He's got one man in support. It's Jackson Summers, but those two were being launched heavily by all 5 attack players as they get a change in now with 1:14 to go in the frame. Preston trying to dipsy-doodle his way through, and Mossy almost had a chance to break right down Main Street into the Flyers zone. So we trickle in on the 1 minute left to play in period number 1. Here's Mossy now. Alexa just flick it towards the goal. Didn't quite get there, and almost a turnover forced in the slot by McDonald. The Flyers are out the other way. Bishop now will send that across, and a shot here late in the period by Max Anthony. Now here's Vigneault. Up to Sio at the opposing blue line. Sio trying to spin away as Savoie will come in to pick it up. Goes off the boards and sends it a few feet deep into the attack zone. Sio now. Anthony is waiting below the goal line as the attack just want to get it out here in the waning seconds of the period, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. It'll be a tripping call coming against the Flyers. Penalty will be on the goal scorer, Liam Bishop, so a power play for the attack. So just 17.5 seconds left in the first period. Flyers able to win the faceoff as that puck looked like it was coming our way for a second, but got down in time and off the glass. Now the attack, not enough time. Maybe wanted an extra 5 seconds there in the period, but the first 15 minutes will dwindle down. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Dieppe Flyers. We'll be back in about a minute or so for period 2 action between Dieppe and the Central Attack. With that puck drop, we're underway in period number 2. A power play with 1 minute and 37 seconds to work with for the Central Attack. Looking to tie this game up at 1. Just the lone goal in period number 1 by Liam Bishop. He was able to trickle underneath the legs of Christian Cardona as the Attack looked to tie it up. Pass it in the middle. Goes right underneath the legs of McDonald and no one on the other side of him. And Mossy's unable to hold the line. That pass goes across for Dunn. He'll carry it into the zone. Down the right side and avoid a check by Preston. Mossy going after the puck on the near side, skates over it a little bit, and Summers is able to clear. Just 1:02 left to go in the penalty to Bishop. Cardona out of his net, circles that around the boards as Bork's just going to fire that on net and maybe catch Cardona sleeping a little bit as he tried to get back towards the net. McClement goes across the line to Preston, who fires it all the way in on Cardona. Moss, he has to be careful there as LeBlanc goes right behind her. 2 attack players at the Dieppe blue line as they were making a change. They were calling for it and electing to cover it up there is Jesse Cormier with 33 seconds left to go in the attack power play. So face-off will come to the left of Cormier. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the second period. Now the Attack with a chance here, thrown out in front and just in a little bit too tight. On the chance was Arsenault. Cormier slid out a little bit to cut the angle down and swallowed the puck right up. Here come the Flyers down the other way. Cardona's going to cover that up for a whistle. Just 12 seconds left to go in the power play. Bishop is standing up in the box, ready to come out. The attack will make a full line change here as they get prepared for some 5-on-5 hockey in about 12 seconds or so. That gets played up the wall and a turnover by the attack, and that gets snatched up by Cardona as Bishop had the door half open, ready to come out, but still got to serve another 4 seconds. Face-off coming to the right of Cardona. Cassio in the draw for the Flyers. And we're back to 5-on-5. Out of the box. Bishop. Here's Robinson now on the far side, avoiding a check from Dunn. Savoie with it. He'll make a backhand pass to McClement. McClement will get to the line and dump it in. Dump it into the Flyers bench. 12:52 to go in the second period, excuse me. Faceoff will come just outside the Flyers line. Nossi and Maxwell out the draw. Maxwell wins it. Now played up to the far side for Betts. Giving chase is Tverskoy. He gets pushed up against the boards. Now here's Will Mossy. Vigneault able to keep it in the line. Trying to push it down himself, and Mossy comes out with it, makes a saucer pass in the middle for McDonald. McDonald down the right side, trying to use the defenseman as a screen. Trying to shoot it around Leard, but puts it just wide. Tverskoy with a slap shot attempt from a weak angle, and right into the gut of Cormier. $12:19 to go in period number 2. Bit of a scramble draw there, sent down low by Bistrick, and that one's flung out in front by McInnes. And again, easily covered up by Cormier. Face-off won cleanly by the attack. Tverskoy fires a shot, goes off the shin pads of Vigneault. Maxwell trying to play it back down low, passed out in front. It was attempted by the attack, but didn't quite get there. Betts makes a move on the defender, Crowley, who gets back in time. Tverskoy now is going to be the first one on the puck. Tries to slap it back up the wall, but goes into the shin pads of Betts. Now it comes out. It's a 2-on-2 the other way for the attack, and a weak shot there by Arsenault. Had a flutter puck on him, and coming from a weak angle, and he makes up for it. What a shot by Ethan Arsenault, and we're tied at 1. Ethan Arsenault, what a shot. His first of the week. He had a chance on the far side on the 2-on-2 rush, and kind of a bit of a flutter puck and circled behind the net, got it to go, came out on the left side and just put it over top the shoulder of Jesse Cormier. Here come the Flyers down the other way with speed on the outside. That shot taken might have went off the mask of Cardona. That was Seo with the attempt. Now comes back to the point, thrown on net by Preston. That goes wide. Seo will be the first one to it in the corner. He'll play it up the wall to the point. Berube trying to backhand it down low as McDonald feeds a pass into the middle for Quinn. Quinn trying to feed it back to McDonald, but Berube's there to intercept. Berube up for Bork and just goes in between the stick of Bork and Dunn as it makes its way into the near side corner. Flyers on a change there. Pass thrown in the middle by Bullpit. Now played up the wall. Bork to meet it. Gets pushed by Fan. Bork with a backhand pass attempt. Pulpit smacks it back down for a second, but it does clear the zone. Fan now across the line for Dunn. He plays it up, and that'll go for an icing called against the Central attack. With 10:20 to go in period number 2. Ethan Arsenault with the tying marker just a few moments ago. Absolute snipe from the near side over the shoulder of Cormier. Face-off won cleanly by the Flyers. Slapped on net by Savoie. Back at the point, Vigneault will throw it in deep, collected in the corner. They lose the puck. Now here's Dunn. He'll go back the other way. Play it up the wall. A one-touch pass as Dunn gets knocked down in the corner. Vigneault with it. He'll go up. It's tipped in by Gaudette. Dunn gets thrown hard on the board. Stays on his feet. Flyers with possession. Thrown out in front. Cardona is down and out still, trying to reach for the puck. There was too many legs for him to cover it up as Vigneault creeps in. Takes the shot. Pad stop by Cardona. Second chance also stopped on the near side. LeBlanc with the chance there. He'll spin and fire. That one goes off the pad of Cardona and into the far corner. The Central attack bench telling them to ice the puck. Has got a tired group out there. Vigneault now. The Flyers make a change of their own. Vigneault carries it down below the goal line. He'll cycle it around to the other side for Gaudette. He'll spin around and take a high shot, and he scores! Almost the exact same goal as Arsenault. And Aiden Gaudette has retaken the 2-1 lead for the Dieppe Flyers. So what a rip there by Aiden Gaudette. It's also his first of the tournament so far, and Flyers pressing for another one as that just was knocked off the stick of Jackson Summers. Silvaggio down the left side as he gets knocked at the Flyers blue line, stays on his feet as McClement stood hit up as Silvaggio stayed on his feet, but took that one hard in the chest as he's sitting down on the bench. Might have got the wind knocked out of him as the attack are pressing. That pass by Mossy goes between the legs of the target. Rebound comes back out in the slot. Another chance, and now a wide open net as Cormier is down and out. It's cleared, but the Attack still have it. Here's Teverskoy. Fires a shot well wide. Mossy over to the far side to meet it. Cycles it down low, and the net coming off its moorings again as the Attack with a great offensive zone shift there. 8:25 to go in period number 2. The Flyers just moments ago retaking the lead off of an absolute rip by Aiden Gaudette. Face-off won by the Flyers. Here's Leard. They play it up the wall for Bork, who snaps a pass across the ice for Bishop. He loses it. Now the Attack come the other way. Maybe a 3-on-2, Brewing. Played into the middle and trying to get a shot off. They do. That was Arsenault. Thrown back in front. He's still got it behind the goal. Awaiting in front is Bistrick. Arsenault on the far side trying to backhand that one in front. Mossy fires a low shot on goal. Sticked away by Cormier. Now behind the net with it is McInnes. As the Attack try to shovel away at it in front, and a whistle there is the Flyers maybe not liking that last little poke in on Cormier. We're informed of a last-minute number change by one of the Dieppe Flyers coaches because they got new jerseys, which I might add are really nice-looking jerseys. Just the number change that Alexandra Cassie's wearing number 22 tonight. So wears number 22 in white. And then in their orange jerseys, he wears 14, still waiting for a couple numbers to come in. So That stress pass all the way to the far boards is Robinson, or the far line, excuse me, as the pass didn't get to him quick enough, so the attacker were able to get back in time as Mossy throws a check on Robinson. Puck now comes back to the point. It's a bouncing puck, goes off the shin pads. Then coming in all alone is McDonald. He's got a breakaway. He shoots, and he scores just inside the right post. Parker McDonald, first of the tournament, and we're tied at 2. So off the block shot, Parker McDonald reaps the rewards and goes in all alone and found some room above the trapper of Jesse Cormier and rips it inside the right post. Face-off controlled by the Flyers. I'll circle it around. Over to meet it on the near side is McInnes. Stuck in the feet of Crowley now, and the Flyers are able to get on it. Betts fires a backhand towards the net. Was stopped before it got there. Trying to work it up the wall is Betts. Vigneault has it. He'll carry it down and throw a shot on goal. Goes through everyone. Tipped away by Arsenault, and a race for the puck. In is Ramsey McInnes. He gets to it first. Fires a shot trying to go underneath the right pad of Cormier, but he gets it down in time for a nice save. 6:24 to go in period number 2. We're all knotted up at a pair each. Here come the Flyers the other way. Sebastian Savoie still with it now. He'll come all the way around. That goes underneath the stick of McClement. Now a race for it as it trickles in on Cormier, but McClement will get there first. Passed off the boards into the neutral zone for Bishop. Tries to make that pass across for Cassie, but a little bit too hot. Smacked around by Gaudette, one of the goal scorers for the Flyers so far today. Cassie now on the far side. Gaudette coming in to help. Gaudette now. Just inside the blue line, fires a shot, hit a shin pad, and went into the near corner. Gaudette in there now. Bishop slowly creeping towards the goal. Mossy on the backhand, gets it off the boards as Burke tried to come in and help that get out of the zone. Mossy with another backhand, didn't get it to Burke in time, and the shot fired wide by Bishop. The Flyers with the good ozone shift here. Played across the line. Leard fires a shot, looking for a deflection. He got one, but Bishop couldn't quite get it far enough on goal. 5:09 left to go in the second period. Tired group out there for the central attack as the Flyers continue their offensive zone pressure as there's a puck battle for it on the far boards. It finally comes loose. Quick shot taken, and Cardona with the initial stop and not liking the late whack from Bishop. As we've seen that once on each side now. .4:55 to go in the second period. Tired group now on the bench for the central attack as Mossy gets kicked out of the face-off dot. In to take it is McDonald. McDonald will ring that around the boards. Mossy won't get there in time as Berube was there for the Flyers. Berube now going off the boards into the corner. Dunn will ring it around. Fan to meet it, and a turnover forced by the Flyers. LeBlanc is in front, awaiting a pass. He won't get it. Centering attempt goes off the knee of a defender, and in on Cardona, who will cover up. The central attack needing a bounce or something to get out of the zone here, and the Flyers all over them right now. Feels like the goal is going to come any second for the team in white and orange. Scramble draw. Flyers take it out, a backhand attempt by Summers goes wide. Now back to the point is Vigneault. He'll stop up and fire a shot as that went right through the middle of the ice. Not sure how it got there without touching anyone. It's the puck just a couple feet away from getting out of the zone. Now a central attacker able to clear is Vigneault. Fires a high wrist shot as he gets shoved down in front of the Flyers bench. Back up on his skates. Here's the pass up for McInnes. He'll feed that across for Arsenault, who flicks that in, and now the Central attack will at least get an offensive zone draw here with Cormier holding that one in his glove. 3:53 to go in the second period. 2-2 is the score. Latest goal coming from the attack. Here's Leard. It's played around the wall for Bishop. Gaudette wanted the puck in the middle. It's thrown in by Gaudette. Crowley able to get the puck around one man, but in for support comes Robinson. Cassie with it. He's in the corner. Now played back to the point by Cassie. Throwing him in the corner. The attack able to get it and kept in for a moment. And now here comes McDonald, the latest goal scorer for the attack. Fires a quick shot, trying to catch Cormier by surprise there, who's able to swallow that one up. 3:05 to go. Troy Lagstaff with you here on the High Button Sports live stream coverage of IceJam 2023. It's been a very exciting tournament so far. We've seen some incredible stuff, some very talented skaters out there in this U15 AAA division. 27 teams, 16 of which will play tomorrow. 8 more tomorrow night, 4 on Sunday morning, and then just 2 late Sunday afternoon. Flyers with it now. Pass comes across to McClement. He'll feed it to the far side for LeBlanc. The saucer pass a little bit too much. More the intended recipient of that pass from the back end by Mossy. Will go the length of the ice. No one got a piece of it, so icing called against the attack. Face-off won by the attack, but the Flyers are able to get to it first below the goal line. Thrown in front, no one home for Dieppe. That pass gets thrown around the middle. Berube will send it back around the boards. Fan now with a short pass up for Quinn. Again, sent back in by Dieppe. The attack struggling to get out of their own zone again. The last 5 or 6 minutes now, the Flyers have been all over them, but have yet to capitalize. As it was still the attack with the latest goal as McInnes was on the forecheck there. Preston will spin around and play it up the wall. Short pass into the middle for Maxwell as he gets across the line. Tried to make a short pass back for Preston, but couldn't get it there. Here's Mossy now. There's 2 with him. He'll carry it down the left side and fire a shot, and he scores. The first lead of the game for the Central attack, and it's the captain, Will Mossy. It's 3-2, Central attack. So Will Mossy with the goal. Ramsey McInnes will get an assist on it. It's Mossy's second goal of the tournament and the first lead of the game for the Central attack after a very long period of time in which the Flyers were dominating play. And just like that, all it takes is one shot, and very well placed shot by Mossy over the left shoulder of Cormier. And maybe now, the last minute or so, the attack forced an icing against the Flyers. Certainly in store for an exciting finish here. Still with a full 20 minutes to play as that was spun and fired on goal by Beckett Quinn. Now that gets played over to the far side. Dunn can't get there in time, so he just sends it in deep as the attack have to clear up. 47 seconds to go. Held behind the net by Savoie. Seo coming in to help out. Tries to make a toe drag move around Mossy. Can't get it to go. Bork has Teversflood pinching up on him as Mossy fires that off the boards in front of us and down low. Flyers thought it should have been an icing, but they're not going to get it as Savoie controls. Played off the boards by LeBlanc, but kept in by the attack. Looking for one more late one here in period number 2, but the Flyers come out with it. And now down the ice goes Seo. Seo trying to go right down the middle. Gets not pushed off the puck, though, by Dunn. Just 7 seconds left to go in the period. Leard with it at the point. He'll go across. Shot directed towards the net. Blocked by the attack. Backhanded out, and the time will run out. On period number 2, 30 minutes have come and gone in the Central attack with a late goal in the frame by the captain, Will Mossy. His second of the tournament. May lead 3-2. We're in store for a very exciting finish to this one. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the third period between the Dieppe Flyers and the Central attack. Welcome back inside Rink B, everyone. iButton Sports live stream coverage of IceJam 2023 is continuing as they get an early offside on the Dieppe Flyers just 11 seconds into the final frame. Central Attack currently lead by a score of 3-2. The Flyers were all over the offensive zone late in the second period, but it was the Attack that got a late one by Captain Will Mossy to give them the lead. Other goals by Ethan Arsenault and Parker McDonald. And that's a dangerous play out in front as Cormier was way out of his net there on the fresh ice, just sliding right through his crease. That one could have been bad, but goals by the Flyers coming by Aiden Godet and Liam Bishop. Attack get across the line there. That's Ramsey McInnes and dumps it in as they make 4 more changes there. Here's McDonald trying to keep it going around the net as he gets taken out hard, and he's down on the ice and slow to get to his feet, on his knees now. Might need some assistance getting off the ice. Parker McDonald on his feet, looks to be okay. Will stay on the ice, and I want to say that if the play's blown dead for a player, that player has to come off the ice. So McDonald will come off. So faceoff will come outside of the zone as well, due to play being blown dead. We continue. Megan Mossy brings that in around the boards. We're going to meet it for the Flyers is Savoie. Now scooped up by the Attack. Circled around the net. Centering feed attempted by Silvaggio. Still with it now. Mossy heading after it. Silvaggio backhand attempt into the crease area. No one there. Swiped away by Cormier. And now here's Robinson. A 1-on-2 as Godette heads to the net. That gets fed in the middle. Leard has it on the near side. He'll fire a wrist shot straight into the glove of Cardona. 1 minute and 31 seconds into period number 3. We got a 1-goal game here between the Flyers and the Attack. Dieppe looking to go to 3-0 in the round robin. Central Attack looking to move to 2-0-1. So it'd be a big swing of things between these two teams, actually, if the Central Attack are able to win in regulation. If they win in overtime, both these teams would be 2-0-1, and then it would come down to goal differential and figure out who would be ahead of who, just specifically between these two teams. Now here come the Flyers the other way. It's Drew Betts, trying to chip that around Fan. He's able to get there as Will Dunn heads back to collect the puck, spinning away from Maxwell. Dunn back over for Fan, who plays it up for Arsenault. As the Attack can't get it out of the zone. The Flyers look to make a change. Berube fires that on net, hits the skate of Dunn. Now met on the far side, by Maxwell. Dunn trying to feed that all the way across the ice from McInnes. He goes off the boards and chipped into the middle. Now here's Moore. Moore with a chance here with a shot from the left side. Off the blocker and into the corner by Cormier. Now here's Sio. He's got some space. He'll make a solid pass up for Anthony. Sio still with it. He'll feed that in front. That hits the side of the net and goes up and into the netting for a whistle. Just 2:45 in period number 3. Crowley throwing Sio into the boards. Sio has it now back for Savoie, who fires a shot from the point and right into the glove of Cardona. Battle for the puck in the corner. Mossy wins that around the boards, but no one on the far side to meet it. Godette's there. He'll play that back down low. Mossy just barely skates over it. Battle for it on the near side wall. Mossy trying to get it out. Savoie with the shot. Tipped on its way to the goal by Bishop, who's already got one tonight. Looking for another. And again, we see the Dieppe Flyers with some solid offensive zone time. But just like last period, they don't want to happen what happened last period as a attack blocked a shot, went down and scored. Just needed one shot as that gets flicked up, and a nice catch here by the attack coach. Face off to the right of Cardona. Back to the point, here's Leard. Fires that into the corner, gets past Robinson. Maxwell trying to feed it out front. Now picked up by Summers. Summers feels like I haven't said his name that much. Doesn't seem like it's really been a factor here tonight. Came into the game with 5 goals in his last 2, and now with 2-on-2 here for the Central attack as that high shot's taken by Bistrick as Cormier slides back into his net. The post comes off, but play continues, and as the attack are coming back the other way, they'll have to blow the play dead. The ref with no choice but to blow the whistle dead as the post does come off. Cormier pushed off the post and the net came off, and the refs were gonna fix it as the play was going the other way, but as soon as the attack got back possession and turned around to come back the other way, they had to blow the play dead as the post was off. As frustrating as it may be, I think it was the right move to blow the whistle. So 15:37 to go in the third period. The Central attack still with the 3-2 lead, and the shot right off the face-off. Beckett Quinn there with the chance. There's Bistrick. McInnes down the right side. Goes to the backhand, out to the forehand, takes a shot, and is stopped by Cormier. Smacked back by Bistrick, and another left pad saved by Cormier. Bistrick had it go off of his leg, almost kept it in for a second. Seal to the far side. Berube can't hold on to it. LeBlanc feeds it back up the wall. Right into the stick of Dunn now. He's at center ice and throws it into the far corner. As the attack will make a change on the back end. As will 2 forwards now turn and head back to the bench. Stretch pass up to center. A one-touch pass back to Seo as he collects it. Moves right across the blue line. Cuts back out to the middle, turns around. Doesn't like what he sees as 4 attack players were within 3 feet of the blue line right there. That could have been dangerous as Crowley loses it in the corner. Now coming out with it as that goes off the outside of the net. That shot taken by Julien LeBlanc. Now here's Seo again. For the second straight time as he carries it out to the blue line. Just sends a backhand into the far corner. 5.5 minutes have gone here in period number 3. Dieppe needing a goal to extend it. Still lots of time left. Seo again. Carrying it out to the blue line. It doesn't have any options, so just throws it to the far wall. And the pass was intercepted by McClement. He gets across the line. Silvaggio trying to lay the body on him, and Cardona has to push way out of his crease to swallow up that rebound or throw a glove on it as Mossy has a couple words here for Bork. Flyers now have it in the corner. Cassie in there for support. Bistrick swinging away at it. Bishop trying to play it back to the point for Savoie. Puck played down in the near corner. Thrown around the net by Cudmore. And a penalty coming up here. Looks like it'll be on the central attack here, taking a penalty in the offensive zone, so hooking is going to be the call, and it'll put the Flyers on the power play here as we inch closer to the midway marker. Period number 3, Flyers down a goal. McInnes in the box, 2 minutes for hooking. Face-off coming to the left of Cardona. Mossy and Maxwell at the face-off dot. Collected by Summers. He makes a backhand pass to the point and gets it right back. Across the line goes Vigneault. McClement now. Back for Vigneault. Summers now on the far side. Tries to take a shot right into the skates of Dunn. Summers throws it around the boards. McClement has to come in to pinch and keep it in. Being watched by Mossy. McClement flicks it into the corner, and Fan will send that the length of the ice, and the attacker able to get a change in. They've killed off 35 seconds of the penalty to McInnes for hooking. Maxwell now. He'll feed it right into the middle for Betts, who has it in the skates, puts it right up to his stick. Being shoved off the puck by Dunn. Still with it now. Summers. Back to the point for Vigneault. McClement back for Vigneault. Right in the middle. He'll spin away from Bullpit. Summers now. Bullpit there, waving his stick, got a piece of it, but not enough as Vigneault fires a shot from the point, and that goes off the crossbar and up into the netting. Vigneault hunched over, knows he had a great chance there. Flyers still with 52 seconds to work with on the power play. McInnes sits in the box. McDonald and CO at the faceoff dot. CO wins it cleanly back to Leard. Goes across. Here's Savoie carrying it in. Now back to the point. Bork goes across for Leard. Leard tried to play it down low for CO. McDonald with a good stick. Crowley now trying to play it around. Now in the out of the corner comes the Flyers. That comes back to the point. That shot thrown on net into the skates of Crowley. And that'll be sent off the boards by Quinn down the length of the ice. Bork hanging out at the attack blue line. That pass goes behind CO and cleared again the length of the ice by Crowley. McInnes is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5, so Flyers unsuccessful on the power play as they make their way back into the offensive zone, and maybe a chance here thrown out in front, and LeBlanc gets the shot off. But a good stop by Cardona as that thrown on net from the point by Savoie, blockered away. 11:20 to go. Savoie again at the point, fires a wrist shot, deflected by LeBlanc, but ended up pushing that one wide and into the far corner. Bork plays it down low for LeBlanc. LeBlanc will come back to the point, but a good stick by McDonald. Finally will clear the zone. Here's McDonald, one-on-one. McDonald trying to pull it around Savoie, but can't get it to go as it's played up into the middle for Bork. Getting support off the bench here, and here comes Moore the other way as he gets knocked off the puck. Takes a spill, actually, and slides into the Flyers zone as the attack will have to wait for him to touch up before forcing anything, but it doesn't matter because Savoie carries it all the way into the offensive zone. Attack able to clear it for a second as McClement now goes to the far side for Anthony. Anthony back for McClement. Still holding on to it, makes a backhand pass for Anthony. Carrying it down the right side, takes a stick check from Cudmore. Anthony still with it, now back to the point for McClement. 10:17 to go. High shot fired by McClement, goes well high and over the net into the glass. Behind Cardona, that pass into the slot. Intended target was Cassie, as Cardona's going to snatch that one out of the air with 10:05 to go. And a goal by Mossy, still standing up as the leading one here for the attack. A huge game for them. 3 points right now is where they stand, which is iffy. But 2 points with a victory will put them up to 5 and would guarantee them a spot in probably have them inside the top 10 with a favorable matchup. Seo now skated out of his own zone. Gets across center. Short pass for Bishop. Bishop now going across. A good feed right on the stick of Gaudette, who couldn't settle it down. Gaudette's still down on his knees. Bistrick with the pass out of the zone, and that's thrown in by McInnes. Vigneault with lots of space in front of him will pass it over for McClement. Bishop now gets across the line. Crowley giving him a shove right into the middle for Gaudette again. That's a second straight rush where it's been a good feed from Bishop over to Gaudette, and he can't settle it down and get a shot off. So Gaudette smacks it in, heads off for a change. Crowley into the middle for Mossy, who makes a nice move, gets over the offensive blue line. Cuts in a little bit, fires a shot just over the glove and net of Cormier. A pass into the middle for Bishop. One-on-one right now with Crowley as McDonald got back in time. Bishop forced to just send it around the boards. Kept in by the Flyers for a brief moment. A one-touch pass by Crowley intended for Quinn doesn't go as the puck's sent back in on Cardona with 8:29 to go in period number 3. Flyers win the face-off and send that around the boards. Summers in there battling for it. Maxwell able to rip it out of the pile. Now back to the point. That shot taken goes off of McInnes and doesn't get to the goal. His second chance is deflected and goes into the corner. 8:05 to go. Pass across by Arsenault. Trying to get around his man was McInnes. As he shoves him into the boards. Bistrick coming in for support. McInnes. Looked like for a second he wanted to feed it into the slot for Arsenault. Mossy was pinching. Now she'll let off on a change. Here's Berube. Getting direction to ice the puck, and a turnover forced by Bistrick as he just lost it barely. Now he'll cut back the other way, feed it out in front. A good chance, second chance by Bullpit, and two amazing saves there by Jesse Cormier to keep the puck out and keep it a one-goal game. Wyatt Bullpit with an unreal chance there out in the slot, had two goes at it from just outside the crease, and Cormier tall to the task to keep it a one-goal game with just 7:26 left in the third period. Fan fires that on goal, goes around the boards into the far corner. Bullpit puts his body up against the boards to keep it in. Burke in there, trying to get it with his feet. Finally comes loose for the Flyers as McClement rings it around. Burke now with it below the goal line, centering feed and just out of the reach of Bullpit. Would have had to accept it on the backhand as LeBlanc carries it through, gets around a couple players and falls to the ice as he crashes into Cardona. Cycled down low by Cassie, 6:47 to go. LeBlanc loses his stick and he's still got a clear. And he does it just in time as Vigneault comes across and tries to shoot the opposite way. Was deflected. Arsenault now intercepted by Robinson. And that gets tipped to behind. Dunn trying to chase after it. Arsenault coming in to pick it up. Dunn throwing that in the corner. Takes a check from Cassie. 6:12 to go. Flyers trying to get out of their own end. Here's Cassie with it. Calling for it at the blue line was Bork, that is. The attack thought it was an offside, now fed over by Bistrick. That'll be sent in by Silvaggio as those two head off on a change now. Haven't had a whistle, it feels like, in a little while as Dipsy doodling his way through the neutral zone and taking a shot was Anthony looking for his second of the tournament. Seo now cutting into the middle, makes a nice toe drag. Spins around, will feed it back to the point. Shot on goal there, finds a hole, and Savoie has tied it up. Just throwing the puck on net, and it finds a lane and finds a way through Cardona, and we are tied at 3. So Sebastian Savoie just throwing it on net from the point, and I don't believe it deflected off of anyone. It looked pretty clean on its way through. So Savoie with the marker. Robinson has that on his feet. Sent back in by Bistrick. Mossy pinching a little bit, just skating over it for a second, able to clear the zone, and now she'll join the rush with Bistrick. Mossy heading towards the net as Bistrick fires a shot, and reaching for it was Cormier, who that caught a deflection after he had already gone down in the butterfly and just reached over. Less than 5 minutes to play in the third period. That clearing attempt goes off the skate of the official as McInnes has it at center. We'll get across center ice and dump it in. Now head off on a change. McClement. Here's Bishop with it, trying to chip it around McDonald, who does a good job to hold it in. And too many men penalty is going to be called against the Flyers here as they were making a change. And McDonald tried to bank it around a couple of players, but it hit the skates of the Flyers, and they're going to get called for too many players on the ice late in period number 3. Just after tying the game, they'll have to kill off a penalty. As the Flyers trying to figure out who's going to serve the penalty. It's going to be Liam Bishop heading to the box. So a power play here for the Central attack. Huge to say the least. Could be the difference between whether or not they get 3 points after the round robin or 5. Dunn throws that towards the goal. Snatched out of the air by Cormier. It also could be 4 points if this game goes to overtime and they lose or end up tying. Face-off won by the Flyers. Carried by Savoie, who's being watched. Quinn trying to pick it up at the blue line. Trips over a stick. Sent up from McDonald. Quinn will pick it up and just send it back into the far boards and get Tverskoy to chase after it. Tverskoy wanting some help. It's picked out for a brief moment, and that clearing attempt doesn't get out as Dunn knocked it down, and a good stick there to get down on one knee and lay the stick on the ice, and he'll glove it down again and keep it in the zone. 3:44 to go, 1:11 left on the penalty to Bishop. The too many men penalty that Bishop is serving. Now comes back to the point for Tverskoy. Dunn with it. Elects to shoot, goes off a shin pad and just out of the reach of Quinn. Another shot taken, deflected into the near boards. And Dunn can't get that one settled down as Cardona will stop it up in front of his net. Flyers will make a change. 45 seconds left to go on the too many men minor. Bouncing puck hits the stick of one of the Flyers players and doesn't get to the intended target. Here's Mossy now in the near side corner. She'll dish it off behind the net for Cudmore. Cudmore will go back to Mossy. He makes a move and wanted to pass it to the far side, whiffed on it, but it worked out anyways. And that will be cleared by Vigneault. Power play was working in the first minute, but haven't done really anything since. It's just 10 seconds left as Bishop is ready to go. McInnes gets around a couple players, throws a backhand on net. And then Cormier is able to snatch it up. .238 to go. 3-3 is the score. Latest goal by Sebastian Savoie. Just threw it on net from the point and it found a way past Cardona. We'll see if anyone can net one before the end of regulation. Dunn now. Bishop out of the box and onto the ice. Dunn has to be careful as Bishop lifts his stick, and now here's Maxwell. Maxwell picks it up. It's a 3-on-2 for the Flyers. Coming the other way, and it's an offside. Bishop just a little bit too excited to get inside the zone. Dragged his leg, but not far enough. What a gorgeous opportunity for the Flyers there. 3-on-2 with lots of space. Maxwell and Mossy in at the faceoff dot. McClement goes to the far side. Thrown in by Vigneault. Quinn battling forward on the near side. He's able to get a backhand on it and clear the zone. McDonald chasing after Vigneault is just going to survey and watch how things go as Mossy and Quinn kind of await at the Flyers' blue line. Now Quinn will head in. Vigneault with it, trying to send it out. Now here's Cudmore at his own blue line. Goes off the glass, up for Mossy. Cudmore throws that in. And that will go for an icing as the central attack bench thought that it hit the stick of one of the players. .137 to go in regulation. 3-3 is the score. Icing called against the attack. Cudmore chasing after it in the near side corner. 1:26 to go. Off the official, played out in front, they score! A heartbreaker for the attack. It bounced off the official, and it's 4-3 Dieppe. It's gonna be Bork that gets it to go, and just an innocent play. As much as frustrating as that is, there's absolutely nothing that could have been done about it. So a timeout taken by the central attack as they give a late one up to the Flyers here with 1:22 to go. Just an unfortunate bounce off the official there. Nothing they can do about that. It was a centering pass there, or straight out to Bork, who made no mistake on the far post. And now the Flyers are 1:22 away from going 3-0-0 in the round robin. If the score holds, the central attack will move to 1-1-1 and will end with 3 points. We'll find out if this score holds. We'll find out if 3 points is enough to make it to the round of 16. And I'll tell you what, if the central attack make it, no team's going to want to play them in the round of 16. Let's see what they can do in the final minute and a quarter here at Rink B at IceJam 2023. Been one of the most exciting games that I've had the privilege of being able to cause. That puck goes up and hits the netting just along the attack blue line. So the faceoff will come outside of the Flyers zone. Last touched off of one of the Dieppe players. McDonald gets a stick on that, holds it into the Dieppe zone for a brief moment. Mossy sending that down low. Flyers trying to play it up the wall, goes over the head of Dunn. And now a break as the Flyers coming on 2-on-1. Betts down the left side, fires a shot, and a nice stop by Cardona. Keeping his team in this one. Would have been the dagger there. Well, 51.5 seconds to go. The attack bench calling for a penalty. Face off to the right of Cardona. Dunn throws it to the far side. McInnes will chip it off the boards as Summers is back for Dieppe. Kept in by Mossy as he just barely skates over it, and Summers has it now. Poked at and kept in by the attack. The Timber score was trying to go down low for Mossy as Dunn will head back to get this, and it will be an icing call against Dieppe with 30.5 seconds to go. We'll see if and when the Attack decide to pull their goalie. Summers to the bench for Dieppe. Puck thrown along the far side boards, and Dieppe carries it out of the zone. Borg has it knocked off of his stick. It's flicked up and trying to poke it in the zone. Offside is waved off, now played into the middle and knocked away for a moment. Teverscoy comes over to the near side for Dunn, who shoots it down. They get a shot off. Rebound is loose. 10 seconds left to go. The goalie's still in the net for the Attack. Dunn jumping in there. 3 seconds left. They need to get it towards the net. Mossy backhand attempt, and that'll do it. The clock will run out. And 4-3 is the final score in favor of the Dieppe Flyers. And interesting move by the Attack not to pull the goalie in the last minute here. It could be a decision from goals for, goals against, as final score 4-3 in favor of the Dieppe Flyers. A heartbreaker for the Central Attack. Not even going to walk out of here with a point. They'll finish 1-1-1. The Flyers move to 3-0-0. If the Attack are able to move on, again, a team that no one wants to face in the round of 16. If they make it, they'll be watching the streams, watching the scoreboards and the updates to see if they move on. But nevertheless, a very exciting game here in Rink B. Final score, Dieppe 4, Central 3. We'll keep the video on to figure out who gets player of the game honors, but for now I'll sign off. On behalf of Theo Iatru, I'm Troy Langstaff, and the rest of us here at High Button Sports. Thanks for joining us. We'll be here all weekend long. Take care.